Good evening, all. Welcome to tonight's I'mPossible conversation. My tonight's guest is Nazreen Zaman. She's a coach in emotional and self-mastery for women. She's a founder of Flourish on Purpose coaching, and she helps women to create the life they truly want through the self-mastery techniques so they can be on purpose and flourish. This is Nazreen's story. I'm going to bring Nazreen on my screen now. Hello.
Hello, Suki.
How are you doing?
I am really well. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you for your time to come in, accepting coming on a I'mPossible conversation. And how I usually start my interview is to talk about your favorite quote.
Mhm.
And I've asked you a few weeks ago, what's your favorite quote? And you said, life is not about ease and comfort. It's about growth and contribution, by Bretton Burchard.
Yes,
Yeah. Could you tell us more about it and why it's your favorite quote, please?
definitely. So I came across this quote when I was going through a challenge of my own,
Mm-hmm.
and the challenge or personal problem required me to get out of my comfort zone again, you know, and it was at that time when I realized I need, life is never going to be easy. I have to grow. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to give, and then it becomes easy. So I decided to keep that quote in my mind to always
Mm-hmm.
remind myself that if I'm going through a challenge, I need to grow from it. Then it becomes ease, and then I get comfort from that challenge, and that every time there is a challenge, I can embrace it. Then I'm not going to resent or resist it, which is what I was doing. So that's why I really enjoy that. I really like that quote. It tells me I need to grow, not go for ease.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So, yeah, I love your quote. Could you introduce yourself now, please? And are you from Newcastle or are you born and bred here? So, mhm,
Yes, of course. My parents came from Pakistan,
mhm,
and I was the first child born here. I had four siblings older than me that were born in Pakistan, and born and bred in Newcastle. Qualified as a nurse in 2010.
mhm,
Then I left nursing in 2016 to just be home with the girls and pursue my affiliate marketing business full time.
mhm.
And then after that, I transitioned into coaching specifically. So I'm married with two girls, and I'm staying at home, and like everybody else is right now,
Mhm.
right? And yeah, that's what I do. Hugely into
Fantastic.
self-development.
Okay. So you've been a nurse. So
Yes,
what area were you looking?
I was working
Are you
in
specialized in anything? Mm-hmm.
yes, mental health
Mm-hmm.
and learning disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Those were my specific areas that I worked in, and my last job was in neuro rehab.
Okay. So, and then you mentioned about being in affiliate marketing.
Yes, that's when I
Mm-hmm.
started to, after leaving the job, I
Mm-hmm.
went full time with that business. Did really well with it, got an award, went to Texas to pick up the award. And then that was for it took me about a good year to even profit from that business. I had to really learn how to work it, really use the product, then get the results first, and then share the product.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, did that for about 2 years until I transitioned into coaching, which I had to qualify and learn the skills to do so, and which I launched in November of 2018.
Mm-hmm. So you've been on affiliate
Hmm.
for 2 years and you worked so hard, even you won an award to go to Texas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not easy work. I think there's a lot of
So,
myths.
mm-hmm. So how did you motivate yourself to become that successful?
I really love the product.
Mm-hmm.
That motivated me. Obviously, my personal motivation was to be home with the girls. But then I knew that I can do more with what I have. I was actually even mentoring at that time my customers. I didn't have to do that, but I wanted to do that, and it was very fulfilling. So my motivation started off from there. It's like every time I would finish a call with a customer, I felt amazing. So I wanted more of that, and that just kept me going and going, and then to the point where, yeah, it was a success. So motivation comes from, it's giving, contributing, right?
Yeah. So and then because it was just you were home with your children as well, so like time management would also need to be quite high standard.
Yes, I struggled with that. I went to the other extreme where I was working too much to the point where I was not spending quality time with the girls. I would do the basic, what I need to do, make the food, make sure they're, bathed and fed and sleep well, but there wasn't presence. So, I had plenty of motivation for business, but I had to balance everything. That was a learning curve that I already learned in 2018 when I came into coaching.
Yeah, because I am into personal growth and development, but I find it hard to balance things. It's fun or either.
Right. Yeah, we can talk about that in detail, but if you want. But yeah, what I found was something we're going to talk about as we go in this conversation is when you go with what matters to you. And I started to treat my day like, what if this was the last day of my life? Have I spent enough time with my children? Have I spent enough time with my husband? Have I spent enough time on my purpose, which is the business? Have I spent enough time on my spiritual growth? Have I spent enough time on my health? So I had to check these more, these areas. That's when the balance comes, because your values dictate your behavior.
Yeah. It sounds like you're talking about is the wheel of life.
Yes, the wheel of life. Now, you could do the wheel of life, but that you must connect with it.
Yeah.
It has to connect.
So what made you to start this personal growth journey?
I lost my mum in 2013. Then it was, I was still in MLM, leaving traditional business, didn't do very well in the first one. And I was pretty much lost. And I think, all of my siblings were looking for some growth because we lost our mum and it was a sudden death. And it's like the student's ready, the teacher shows up. So, I came across my spiritual guide, my mentor in 2014, and that my brother introduced me to. And that's when my journey started. That's when I started to really meditate. Never ever meditated in my whole life. That's when meditation started, and then everything else opens up. Your self-awareness increases, and then that's when my journey started.
So yeah, because I was catching up with you about your meditation practice, and you mentioned about starting meditating about 20 minutes per day, and
Yes.
sometimes it goes for a couple of hours as well.
On a good day, it'll be 2 hours. And that's when I feel really like I've done my meditation. Because, when you start meditation, 20 minutes is really good. But then after that, you want more, you want growth, right? So yeah, in the last sort of 4 weeks, it's been about an hour, 1 hour, but 2 hours is a good day.
Yeah, 2 hours. Because I went, what's it called? I went the silent meditation a few years back for 10 days. And it was meditation whole day. You don't speak to anyone at all. And that was bliss, proper bliss. It was really good. And then, because now at home, if you can sit down like half an hour, that's lucky. even getting up early. There are so many things to do. And when you mentioned about 2 hours meditation, I was just, wow, you're doing something there.
I have to give up a lot of things for that.
Yeah.
So I don't go out. Obviously, we can't go out anyway. But generally, I rarely go out. Watch very little TV. So, and I work about 5 hours a day. Then the rest is for family and then meditation. Health comes in for gym when it was open. About 20 minutes gym. But yes, we've got the soul. We need to feed it, right?
Exactly. Yes. And shall we talk about, because you are a coach and because you coach people, you must do loads of self-development for yourself. So what's your daily routines are like? What's your habits and daily routine in the morning or in the evening?
So my routine is daily is to do a gratitude journal. So I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for and why I'm grateful for those 3 things. So going deeper than just, I'm grateful for the sunshine. So why am I grateful for the sunshine? And then it connects to you again with the emotions. Then I write my goals. So while I'm writing my goals, I visualize my goals as if they're done. I have a business goal, a personal life goal, a health goal. So that's what I write. It takes me about 15 minutes, which includes visualization as well.
Yeah. And so when you mentioned about going deep, like if I'm grateful for sunshine, and then go, why you're grateful for sunshine and how deep do you go?
I go until I feel the gratitude in my heart. So, the law of attraction brings more of what you feel, not what you think, but what you feel. So if I'm grateful for the sunshine, then that's a concept, that's my thought. So when I say why, then I'm asking myself a question, so why? And then the answer comes because it makes me feel happy. Then you're suddenly feeling happy. You may not have been as happy, but now you've gone up to the next level. So every time you say why, you're grateful for something, your emotional vibration increases. And that's something that I learned from a book, The Magic. Don't know if anybody's read it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
It's like a series, isn't it? The Secret, Magic, the Power. Is that
Yes.
the book you're referring to? Yeah. Yeah.
And then I do meditation, and I will journal if I need to. It's not daily, but if there's something going on, if there's some worry, some anxiety, maybe, then I will write about it, and then find the solutions, find the learnings, and then get a plan, and then go with the plan.
Yeah. Because when you journaling, you mentioned about if only it's just to open yourself up. That's the reason you journal. Is that right?
Yeah, because again, law of attraction responds to what you feel. So if I'm currently feeling, somewhat upset or something's happened, which is natural, right? We're humans. We are okay. We have to feel those emotions. They're healthy. Then I have to get out of that emotion as well. I can't stay there, or at least I don't stay there. If I stay there too long, then more things happen of the same nature, and I don't want that, right? I want to get the learnings and get back into that high vibe. So I will journal to make sense of a situation, and then get the learnings and feel positive again. So that's a few times whenever I need to.
Yeah. So, and I remember also, you homeschool your children, don't you? Or do they go to school?
Well, my eldest, I was homeschooling before the lockdown happened. So yes, we've been homeschooling for maybe 8 months now.
What's it like? And so
It
it's
was
no shock at all. Like now everyone's
now,
homeschooling.
yeah, but I did get a lot of questions. I'm shocked, like, wow, you do that. It was very hard in the beginning. Obviously, my daughter is 10 when we started homeschooling. Now she's 11. So it was deschooling, and there was a lot of unlearning to do for me, from my side. And recently I got some you can say some help, if you like, from a fellow home educator who was a teacher as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she really relaxed me down, because I was thinking about these targets that school has, and I had to meet those targets. And then she
Yeah.
said to me, you know what, just allow your child to absorb the knowledge that she's learning, rather than just keep giving that information and then she's got no space to absorb it. So that really relaxed me. Now I know that whatever I teach her, it's going to be absorbed rather than just information overloaded. So we only do about an hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very different, because now there was no time away from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They are always home, one of them. Um, but I think, yeah, if you want to ask something specific, I can answer that. But the reason why we homeschooled was so she can do self-development more,
Mm-hmm.
and she can really know herself. If she knows herself, knows her own triggers, knows her own lower self, her higher self, she'll be able to socially understand and build empathy with other people as well. That was my main goal for
Mm-hmm.
self-development, because otherwise there was no time. There was evening clubs, tuitions, and then school all day, and then
Mm-hmm.
bedtime after food.
Yeah.
So the reason was so she can just learn about herself.
Yes. So how long do you think you will homeschool her? Or are you just going to keep going until she's decides that she wants to just like go to school?
Yeah, I would homeschool her until she's done her high school exams,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously she'll do privately. And then
Yeah.
she can go into a more of a focused study, whichever that
Mm-hmm.
is. So A
Yeah.
levels, currently, I
Yeah.
think they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and then university, if she wants to go. But
That's
she currently
awesome.
wants to be a baker, so I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So yeah, that's they know when they know what they want. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't need to please their teacher. They don't need to compare themselves to their classmates. It's completely different, yeah. So it's finding out about themselves more. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Can we move on to the Flourish Your Purpose now, please?
Hmm.
I love the name, Flourish Your Purpose. How did you come up with that beautiful name?
Thank you. Well, I had a branding coach, and she really took these names out. We did values together, and what motivates me with the business is seeing women flourish.
Mm-hmm.
Once we've done the program, getting them on purpose. They get on purpose. They really find the meaning of their life. They've got a purpose now. Everything's
Mm-hmm.
intentional. Even when they go to work, they can connect it to a higher reason, rather
Mm-hmm.
than, oh yeah, I just go to work to make money. Yes, you do make money, but there's something more around that. There's some value that you're also bringing to the table. And then when they feel how they're contributing to the world, they feel on purpose, and then they blossom, right? They flourish. So those two words are very important. They had to be somewhere in the brand. That's
Mm-hmm.
why that was created.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do? Have you got your own group or do you do master classes? How does it work?
So we have a Facebook group as well.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, that's how I have a community of women that are really into self-development.
Mm-hmm.
And on request, I will do workshops for them, or bring in guests to do workshops relevant
Mm-hmm.
to where they are and what they need. We did a workshop on healing back pain recently without medication, how you
Mm-hmm.
can use your mind and heal your back pain, which was huge for them to know that you could even do that, myself included, because I suffered back pain
Mm-hmm.
and I healed it through meditation and talking to my mind in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So we do that, and obviously there's one-to-one coaching calls that I have with clients as well.
Yeah. Like, and then you help women because
I help women because women are the queens, right? They are the queens of their homes. If the woman's happy, everyone's happy.
exactly.
So that's why.
how it works in my household too.
It's absolutely that the children pick up the energy from their moms more than the dad, because women, I mean, I don't have science to back this up, but typically, from Dr. George Dispenza as well, we've got a womb as well that creates, there's more influence we've got emotionally on other people. So and I get women, I am a woman. So that's why I work with women.
Yeah, fantastic. So, because as a coach, and what do you think? How are we coping in this lockdown? What do we need to do more? What do we need to do less? Because it could be completely different. Staying home 24/7, just have.
This is a perfect time for people to get to know themselves. Before it was busy. You probably couldn't sit down and get to know your feed your soul. I mean, we're feeding our physical bodies all the time, right? In whatever way, and looking after our bodies. But we need to look after the soul as well. So what we can do more is just sit down and reflect. What matters to you? What are your values? Not everybody's aware of their values, but you can definitely know what matters to you and how you want to live your life. So what emotion should drive your day? So if you know what emotion should drive my day, then you will do whatever you need to do to stay in that emotion. So if you if you make the intention to, okay, so I want to be happy no matter what, right? And if you drive that emotion to your day,
Yeah.
and if life happens, something happens that causes you anything less, maybe anxiety, maybe anger, maybe frustration, maybe stress, you will quickly come out of it by journaling, if that's something you want to do, or talking to somebody to get a solution. So then when you make the intention to be happy, do more of what makes you happy. So this is a perfect time for everyone to do what they probably couldn't do when they were busy, that they can do now, that also makes them happy. So if going to restaurants made you happy then, what other things can you do that will make you happy during this lockdown? I mean, could gardening be something you haven't done for so long? Could you start doing that? Could you start working on something that you've never worked on? What hobbies have you not been able to do? So that's something you should do during this time. Being present with your children, if you have children. Zoom calls or FaceTime your family members, that we can do more of. Being grateful. If you haven't practiced it before, you can practice it now. Maybe having a more of a positive network, find your positive people online, if so. And what we could do less of is watch less news, very less news, so whatever that is for you.
Do you think less news or no news at all?
I think we need to have some updates. If you ask me this question,
I would
if you ask me this
not
question,
at all.
yeah, I would say not at all. If we were not in lockdown, but you need to know what's going on a little bit, right? I would say none.
Yeah,
but then
realistic,
just
of
to get
course, yeah.
highlights, go onto YouTube and get 10-minute or 3-minute highlights. Just listen to
Yeah.
the Chancellor, listen to the Prime Minister. What are the
Yeah.
updates? How long is lockdown? What's opening? What's not opening? That's all you need to know. Now, I'm somebody who regulates their emotions all the time. And excuse me, before I come in to watch the news, I have to really, make sure my energy is high, because it could affect you. The way they talk, the way they bring in the future. Oh my goodness, like the UK will never be the same again. That's bringing you to a different place, and all you want to do really is just spend the next day being happy, but suddenly somebody's telling you to worry about 6 months' time. So obviously I'm talking about if you're physically in good health, then enjoy this time, do more for what makes you happy in whatever rules you can do it in, and avoid the news. Once a week maximum is what I do, or I just wait till my Facebook friends tell me stuff.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I've never watched news. I didn't even know who the Prime Minister was a couple of years ago. after David Cameron, oh, who's the Prime Minister? I didn't know. So that's how much I don't watch news at all. But obviously now we have to sort of just be updated a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just follow the rules and clap every
Mhm.
week for the NHS, and
Yeah,
because it's
exactly.
appreciating,
And
right?
yeah.
Appreciate more. I mean, clapping the key workers in all areas, the delivery drivers, and every time we're appreciating people, saying thank you to them, it's increasing our vibrations.
Exactly. So, and if you think we've just had the the their club outside, and
Yes.
everyone's coming out and they saying hi to each other and making like the loudest noise they can make and
Yes,
cheering. It's beautiful, isn't it?
it
Like
is.
bringing people closer
It is, and I
every
found,
single door. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I find we're appreciating people more now because of this. You know, like my daughter stays outside at times just to play in the garden, and she'll say hi to people because she doesn't see them, and
Mm-hmm.
she never used to do that, and she gets a hi back, and there's so much appreciation for each other, even though we're at a social distance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So I'm not sure if you know, I just ask random questions from my guests just to find out who they are as a person, because sometimes all the interviews could go very, I would like to add value for the viewers and things like that, but I would like to know and find out about you more.
Mhm.
And so my first question is going to be, if you were a superhero, what would be your superpower?
Oh wow. um, Making people flourish
Mm-hmm.
in faster. just zapping them with happiness.
Oh.
I guess, I don't know. Nothing else seems sense to me right now.
So, what makes you laugh the most?
Michael McIntyre. I could laugh at
Why?
his jokes again and again. He's so funny, like the way he talks. Yeah, I could watch his same show again and again and laugh as if I've watched it for the first time.
Yeah, what's that show that sent to all that he uses people's mobile phones?
I don't think I've seen that one.
You not?
Really?
Oh my
No.
God, he's got like that an hour show,
You'll
and
have to send me it.
yeah, I'll do that. It's just so funny. He's just so funny. So the next question is going to be, what's the book and the person you follow for your personal growth?
Book-wise, I follow John C. Maxwell. I
Mm-hmm.
find his work very easy to follow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very spiritually driven as well. So I like his as an author. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah, because he writes loads in leadership, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's very open about his own mistakes and his own journey, and he gives the best value. Very simple to follow.
Mm-hmm. Fab, because I know Cole Mahay, the speaker who came with the Power of You.
Mm-hmm.
He follows him a lot and graduated from his I don't know. Everyone's got like university academy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And okay, so the next question would be, if you could choose to do anything for a whole day, what it would be?
Choose to do anything? In what way? A job?
Anything? Just anything?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't think I want to. I think I'm happy where I am. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, because I would
Maybe
say
left. What would you do? Tell me.
I would meditate all day, because like I would never have that 2 hours time to sit down and like concentrate.
Oh,
Because
do
I got like,
something
yeah,
all
do
day. Oh yeah, I've
something.
meditated all day as well.
Oh, right, okay.
I pretty much all day actually. I mean, excluding the travel, once a month we meditate. We go to a group gathering in Birmingham, and with my spiritual mentor there, and there's other ladies there as well. We meditate all day.
So is it guided meditation? How does it work? Like, what type of meditation actually do you do?
So I do a faith-related meditation. So I recite Allah on my spiritual points. You can call them chakras, maybe.
All
It's
right.
more known, that word. On the near the heart area, and it's guided by obviously my spiritual guide and the seniors there, and it's very focused, very powerful. So that's all we do. It takes us out of the head, stops thinking, and you just feel so abundant. You just feel so safe. The certainty that we're looking for in this world, like in the Prime Minister and this and this and this, you just get that. Yeah, you feel like you're in good hands. So yeah, I could meditate all day. Yeah, I could meditate all day.
You have everything within, is that right?
That's
so when you
absolutely right.
meditate, you just feel it even more.
You do. That's why 2 hours a day is something I always love to do in terms of meditation.
Yeah. Unless I get up like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and then you need sleep.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to balance everything, you know. So what's the big dream?
My big dream is to have a meditation center locally. And to do that, I need to do lots of things. To invest in real estate so that there's passive income, and I can spend most of my time meditating and teaching other people meditation in a center and just helping women, you know, to feel abundant. So that's my big goal that I really want to do, and then pass it on to the children to do as well.
Yeah, you can just hire at the beginning, you know.
Yes, that is something else. But then I want to not work that much as well.
Oh,
so I can be there.
Right. Sounds cool. Yeah. Okay. So, because this interview called I'mPossible Conversation, I would like to ask, looking back, because obviously you are very young, and looking back, we can't really change things. However, there are lots of things you've gone through, and when you look back now, you said, like, actually, do you know what? I've achieved so much, and I've done it. I am possible. What's your moment or memory of that?
When I qualified as a nurse, that was I did it. But I think what I'm doing now is just leveled that up. You know, what I'm doing now is level that up. Even if it's somebody when I get feedback from clients, so I live those moments very often now. Almost every day. So I get some feedback, that means I've done it, and now I've got to do more. So yeah, that would be my biggest one. These recent ones, but my past, it was when I qualified. I was so glad. Didn't have to go to university again.
Achievement, you know. Because it's not just 2-3 years work, isn't it? Just to become nurse. How long does it take?
It takes 3 years.
3 years.
It took me 4 years because I had 2 pregnancies in the middle. So it was longer. It was longer for me. But yeah, it's 3 years.
Right, okay. And what would your message be for our viewers?
Is to make the intention to be happy, or whatever you want to feel, and then do more of what makes you happy every day, and live your life as if it's your last day, but make it balanced, so you're doing everything that matters to you, and stop doing things that don't matter to you. There may be somebody else's priority, but if it's not your priority, don't do it. You know, like, aligned with your values. Go with your values. What feels good, what matters to you, and then do that. But then if being there for other people matters to you, then do that as well. But just, if you stick with your values and doing what feels good, and then you'll feel confident, and you'll always feel that joy and that abundant feeling.
Yeah.
So we have to check in with ourselves. So it's check in with what makes us happy, and slow down a little bit to find that moment or moments per day to just see how your day went, what could be better tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I say.
doesn't really make sense. Yes, absolutely. So, and yeah, it's nearly 9 o'clock. So
Yes.
yeah, it's nearly time. And I would like you to tell me one of your funniest moments with your children, because I know your children are into personal growth and sometimes they tell you off for doing
Oh
something that you're
gosh.
not supposed to.
Yeah, it was very recent. I complained to my daughter that the queues are so long. I came back from 2 shops or 3 shops. Queues were so long. Came home. I had a little huff, and then she goes, "You should be grateful, mummy. Protect your heart," and that's it. I don't know what else to do after that. So I get these very often. Wherever I teach them, I get them back whenever I'm not doing it. So my eldest the other day said, "Well, you need to be flexible, mummy." I was okay. in something, I can't remember what it was, but they do teach me back what I teach them, which is great.
Yeah. So
Because
you always,
yeah, I'm always on my toes now. I can't relax. There's no way
yeah,
I could just do a little bit of something and then review and then work on it. But yeah, they are my little coaches at home.
yeah. Because and then they just looking at you 24/7 and learning, and
Yeah, they are.
yeah, absolutely right. Okie doke. Thanks very much for your time, and it's
Thank you.
been lovely to have a chat with you. And
Thank you
thank
for
you
having
very
me.
much for our viewers as well. And I'll see you all next Sunday. And thank you, Naz.
Thank you so
And we'll
much,
catch
Suki.
up later. Thank you.
Catch
Bye
up
bye.
later.